Hello guys, welcome back to Hollywood Recapped. Today, I am going to recap a 2019 thriller movie named Sinister Seduction. So, let's begin. Movie starts. And we are shown a man named Mark, who is jogging. But then a guy comes there and stabs him with a knife and kills him. Then, we are shown Mark's wife, Sharon. And she is very sad on the death of her husband. Sharon is also going through a very bad condition. Recently she has lost her husband. And everyone came to know about his previous affairs, and that is why his real estate business is also running in loss. Sharon wakes up that day after doing the show. And then she goes to drop her son Anthony to the school. Anthony isn't too excited to go to school. So, seeing this, Sharon asks him whether he is being bullied in the school. And Anthony denies this. And gets ready to go to school. After this, Detective Barnes comes to meet Sharon. Barnes is a detective and is currently working on the murder case of Sharon's husband. He had come to meet Sharon and to give an update on this matter. Both Barnes and Sharon are friends since childhood, and Barnes likes Sharon since his childhood. But, till now Sharon has not given him a chance. In school, a boy named Brent bullies Anthony. Then there comes another boy named Dylan. And Brent sees him there and leaves. Then there comes a girl named Megan. Anthony liked Megan a lot, but he doesn't have the guts to go and talk to her, and that's why when Dylan sees it all. Then he introduces Anthony and Megan to each other. After this, Dylan takes Anthony to play football on the school ground. Brent is also there to play football. Then suddenly Brent breaks the rule to hurt Anthony. So he has been rusticated. Dylan helps Anthony a lot in the playground, and then when both are in the dressing room, Anthony asks Dylan why is he helping him so much. On this, Dylan replies that he knows. Anthony have lost his dad recently. And his dad had also committed suicide 2 years ago. He says that he knows what it is like to lose a dad. And that's the reason he is helping Anthony. After this, when Anthony opens his locker, his clothes are not there, and then he goes and checks the toilet. It looks like someone has put his clothes in the toilet. Actually, this is the work of that bully boy Brent. After this, Anthony goes home with Dylan. This is where Anthony tells everything to his mom. Today, Sharon has organized a party in the house. Because now Anthony is also socializing. Sharon gets happy to see this. Then that night when there is a party at Anthony's house, Dylan goes inside the house to go to the bathroom. Here he accidentally enters Sharon's room and here he is taking a look at Sharon's family photos. Then Sharon comes there. And then they both talk to each other. Here, Dylan tells Sharon about his father's death. Then a few days later, Dylan comes to see a property of Sharon. Actually, Sharon does real estate business and this house also belongs to her. But now she does not want to live in this house. Because she misses Mark a lot in this house. Dylan tells her that his uncle wants to buy this property. And then he takes a good look at the whole house. A few days later, Anthony plays better than Brent in football practice. Brent gets angry seeing Anthony playing better than him. And he goes to Anthony's locker to put Anthony's clothes in the toilet. But this time the locker is locked. And then, Dylan comes there. And, seeing Brent near Anthony's locker, threatens him to never bully and harass Anthony again. In the house, Sharon gets mail from the man with her previous affair. Such mails have come before that too, but she has not told Detective Barnes about it yet because she did not want to discuss her affair with Barnes. Because it was too awkward for her. Then, when Sharon tells her secretary Katie about the mails, Katie also gives the advice that she should talk to Barnes about it. But Sharon still makes excuses. And she doesn't tell him anything. Afterwards then, Dylan motivates Anthony in school. And he asks him to take Megan on a date. Then Anthony asks Megan for a date. And she agrees. That same night, Anthony takes Dylan's car and goes on a date. And that is the reason Dylan stays at Anthony's house. Now Dylan and Sharon were alone at home. Both of them discuss the misery happening in each other's life. Here, Dylan asks Sharon to tear the pages of Mark's book. Sharon feels quite relieved doing this. On the other hand, Anthony's date is going very well. And both do kissing in the car. In home, when Sharon is taking bath. Then Dylan comes to the bathroom and he joins her by taking off his clothes. Sharon sees this, but she cannot refuse him. And then from here their affair starts. After a while, Anthony comes back home from his date. And after this Dylan goes to his house. Then we are shown Dylan's house, that happens to be in very bad condition. The kind of lifestyle that he was showing to others was all fake. Then we come to know that the mail Sharon was receiving it was none other than Dylan sending her. That is, whatever is happening till now. It's not a coincidence that Dylan becomes Anthony's friend for some reason. A few days later, we see at school that Brent confronts Anthony's girlfriend, Megan. There's something wrong with Dylan. And he is hiding something from us, but Megan does not believe his words. Then Brent tells her that if you want, you can go to the office and see Dylan's file. Actually, Megan's mother used to work at the school office. And that's why she could access student records. After a while, Brent meets Dylan. And tells him that I know about one of your truths. And I'll tell everyone. Hearing this, Dylan gets tensed. That maybe Brent did not know about his truth. And that's why he makes plans. And meets Anthony and he tells Anthony. Anthony has no other choice and agrees to him. Dylan then cuts his hand with a knife. And he goes and talks to everyone. That Brent cut his hand with a sharp knife. Detective Barnes also comes to school because it was a serious matter. And he tells everything to Sharon. And she also comes to school. When asked by Barnes, Dylan says. That Brent has stabbed me. And Anthony was also afraid of the same knife. When Barnes asks Anthony of truth, then he says yes, it is true. Now all the evidence is against Brent. That's why Brent is suspended from school. Then Sharon comes back home with Anthony. And tells him, why you never told me that someone always bullied you in school. And both start quarreling over this matter. Actually, Anthony had seen Sharon, who had torn Mark's book pages. And this did not suit her, and he started to feel that Sharon never loved Mark. After this, Sharon finds out that Anthony also knows about her past affair. And her date had told him about it. And then Anthony angrily leaves from there. After a while, Sharon gets a message from Dylan that he wanted to see the property again. Sharon goes to that house. And Dylan is also waiting there. And then both of them come close and start kissing. When these two are kissing, then someone makes a video clip of them. The next day at school, Megan meets Anthony. And shows her the kissing video. That is, Megan who had recorded that video last night. Actually, Megan came to know about Dylan's truth, and when she told Dylan about it, Dylan called Megan to meet him. At the same place where he was kissing Sharon. And there Megan made her video. Then Megan tells Anthony that Dylan is lying to all of us. Even his name is not Dylan, and he has completed his schooling 3 years back. He had deliberately called me to that place. So that I can record the video of him and Sharon kissing. Knowing all this, Anthony does not reject much and says that this is my mother's second affair. Megan now asks him about the incident that hurt Dylan with Brent's knife. Anthony lied that day, so he leaves without telling Megan a word. After some time, Dylan meets Megan. And there he snatches her phone. He takes that video in his phone. When Megan is leaving from there, then Dylan also runs after her. After a while, Sharon finds out that someone has uploaded a video of her and Dylan's kiss on social media. And seeing this, she gets tensed. Then there comes Detective Barnes. And he tells Sharon that he has now been expelled from Mark's murder case because the case was not progressing. Then Sharon tells him about that video of hers. And she also tells about the mails. Sharon did not tell this to Barnes before. Because of this, he gets angry and leaves from there. Here Anthony gets Megan's message. And she invites him to Dylan's house. Anthony can't find anyone in the Dylan house. And then Dylan attacks him from behind. And he faints. Here we learn that Dylan had messaged Anthony from Megan's phone. There Dylan becomes Megan and messages Sharon that today Anthony will stay in my house. After this, Sharon gets a mail from her previous affair at night. Joe invites Sharon to meet him at his house. Megan informs Detective Barnes about it before leaving. Actually, Dylan was sending this mail to Sharon. After this, Sharon goes inside that house. And there she sees Dylan. And here Dylan tells her the whole truth. Actually, Sharon's first date with whom the affair was going on was none other than Dylan's father. And when everyone came to know about this affair, then Dylan's father committed suicide and Dylan blames Sharon for this. And that's why he wants to take revenge on Sharon. And Dylan also says that he had murdered her husband Mark. Then he gives Sharon a knife and also asks her to commit suicide. He threatens her that I have Anthony. And if you don't do this, then I will kill Anthony. But Sharon does not listen to him and she stabs the knife in Dylan's leg. And she starts running from there. At the end of time, Detective Barnes also comes there. And Sharon tells the whole truth to Barnes. Barnes goes inside and looks for Dylan, but Dylan had left the place. Sharon then goes to Dylan's house to rescue her son. On the other hand, when Anthony regains consciousness. And he sees that he is tied to a tree inside a forest and Megan keeps up with him too. Then both of them release themselves from the rope with the help of each other. Meanwhile, Sharon and Barnes also reach Dylan's house. And then the two in front of his house to find Anthony going inside the woods. Barnes is left behind and only then Dylan comes there and attacks Barnes with a knife. Being badly injured, Barnes faints there. After this, Dylan takes the gun of Barnes. Then Anthony comes there. And he tries to convince Dylan. And then Megan attacks him from behind. Sharon picks up a gun and she knocks Dylan unconscious by hitting him with a gun. Then she is about to kill Dylan. That's when Anthony stops her. Then we are shown now Sharon thinks of giving a chance to Detective Barnes and both start dating, and on the other hand, the relationship between Sharon and Anthony also gets better. And when they are happy, and then the movie ends here. I hope you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below which movie should I recap next.